Or we never got to the composite.
We didn't.
We didn't do C and we didn't do D. Okay.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So we just stop at T where K of T was 9.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
No problem. Alright, okay, no problem. So and then on this one, where do we stop it on this one? Did we do just the same paper? Oh, so we ended on the arranging this thing into in descending order, right?
Yes, sir.
Did we also
That was the last thing we do.
We did that too, yes.
finding the sum? We did that.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so that means we have to be on this then.
Yes, sir.
All right then. So these ones are ones that we can do in our sleep, I hope. These are familiar ones. They should be familiar to you all when you see these ones.
I just learned about these like this week, no, last week.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's tackle them. So like as per usual, we're gonna be switching from familiar to unfamiliar. So far, let's see. This is week 7, right? Week 7.
Yes.
127 slides so far. All right, not bad. Okay, so this is the question. The question says, calculate the size. So as I have the question up, please write it down, draw the diagram as well. But they say here, calculate the size of angles marked by letters. So we have this angle. This is angle. Sorry, let me put this here. We have this angle. This is angle A. All right, and we have this angle here. Is also angle A. So since this is angle A, all right. Let me make it very clear what I'm doing here. Since this is angle A, and since this is also angle A, what does that tell you about the measure of these two angles?
They're equal.
They're equal. Very good. So that's something to consider. Now, what do we know about okay, what rule before I spill the beans? What rule should we use?
Angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees.
Very good. Angles on a straight line. So let's use that rule. So the rule here that we're using is that angles on a straight line at a common point, right?
Yes, sir.
Well,
At a common point, add up to 180 degrees. Right, so that's the geometrical rule that we have. And so using that rule, we're going to use that understanding to figure out what A is. Now, what this means is that, so so this is the rule that we have, and so let's apply that rule. So that means the rule says that if I take angle A, right, this angle, so if I take angle A and I add it to angle, the size of this angle is 82. Oh, that's a terrible 8. Let me correct that. So let's say we have
again 98.
Again 98. Okay. So we have 82 plus A. All that's supposed to be equal to what?
180.
80 degrees. Alright, so that's a very important idea. Now, let me allow these persons who are asking to join to enter the class. We can't keep them out. Good. Thank you, Collins. So that's A plus 82 plus A equals 180. Now, what do we have to do here? Anyone have any idea what we have to do?
A is equal to A's plus.
Add the two A's. I like that. So we're gonna say this A and this A is gonna come together. So it's gonna be A plus A, right? So these two A's come together, and it's gonna be plus what?
82.
82 degrees. Okay, plus 82 degrees is gonna be equal to 180 degrees. Are we good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So what is
Yes,
A
sir.
plus A? What is A plus A? Anyone?
2A.
2A. Who said that? That's I can't pick out the voice. The gentleman who said that. Can you give me a name?
Dylan.
Dylan. Okay, Dylan. All right. So A plus A is 2A. So now we have 2A plus 82. What do we do at this point?
Put the 82
Very good. We have to send the 82 on the other side. So you send 82 on the other side, and it becomes what? Negative, right?
Yeah, so
So let's continue. We send 82 over, and it becomes 2A is equal to 180 minus what? 82, right?
82.
Now let me send this down. So, oh, that's not good. So I can't see that, right? Let me see
No,
something.
sir.
no, sir.
Okay, the day this laptop is being unkind. I don't know what's happening here. Come on, cooperate with us, please. That'd be nice. Okay, good. Alright, so 2A equals to 180 minus 82. So we're gonna continue it on here, on top. Now, I only continued on top because I don't have enough space, but you continue to write it downwards. Right, so it's gonna be 2A is equal to, what is 180 minus 82?
98.
98.
98. 98. Okay. What we're gonna do, we're gonna what? Divide both sides by
2A.
98. By 2A or by 2?
By 2.
By 2. So this is 2A. So it's gonna equal to 98. We divide both sides by 2 because we want A by itself. What is 98 divided by 2?
49.
49. Is that correct?
49.
Okay. 49 indeed. So it's indeed 49. So A is equal to 49. Now, Miss Cooper, I heard you said 98 at first. You see where you're going wrong?
I did it different.
You didn't divide by 2 at the end.
Cause I didn't do it like that.
Yeah. So because they're the same, 98 is separated is split into these two. So this is 49. All right. This is 49. And the next side is also 49. Okay.
I was
Go ahead.
when I was doing it, right, I was planning on adding another A, right? But when you say it was equal, so I just I was gonna put 1. So when I put 1, I just put A is equal to 180 minus 82 after I do the beginning part, and then I get 98.
Yeah, 98. But 98 is the big one that we have to split into 2. Okay. So that's the thing. So send me this this working, the question and the working. Send me a photo of it on my WhatsApp so I can see how you're looking and see if you're there. Please, everyone, send me something so that I can know that you're here, especially those who do not speak in this class. Please send me notes so that I can know that you are following. All right. All right. Can I move it, or should I wait?
You can move it.
Okay. Also, are there any questions concerning this, or we are good?
So Mr. Betty, like how I didn't know yet. No.
Oh, you good? So okay, perfect. So next up, we have. Oh wow, these persons are. Oh,
If it was the same, then why you added like twice?
See, no, when I say they're the same, the angles, the measure is the same, right? So what we're trying to say is that they are equal. So 49, 82, and 49 gives you the 180. Understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Yes, I understand. Okay.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, where else do we have here? Okay, so we did okay, so we did this one. Now let's consider this one. How Kennedy, I see you sending them via my email. Thank you. So this is worth 3 points, right? That's interesting. So make sure, be careful with that. So we trying to figure out A. Okay, now here we trying to figure out what is angle B and what is angle C. Excuse me. Alright, so this should be also familiar with us. So please draw the diagram and write down the solutions that I have. Alright, so we're trying to find angle A and angle B. Sorry, angle B and angle C. Question: what do you think angle B is going to be equal to?
64.
64. Why you say 64?
Because they're like on the side of the
Vertically opposite angles.
Vertically opposite angle. Very good, Ms. Cooper. I like that you remembered the name. Angle B and angle 60. The angle whose measure is 64 is actually vertically opposite angles. And what do we know about vertically opposite angles?
They are equal to each other.
They are equal to each other. All right. So let me just give for those persons who may not know just a brief look on vertically opposite angles. Of course, we've seen this in this class multiple times before. But here we are going to see it again. Okay, so let me put it right here. So if we look at this, we can say that which two angles are vertically opposite?
B and
Angle
D.
B and angle D. Right,
B.
so they are vertically opposite. What other angles are vertically opposite in this picture?
A and C.
Angle A and angle C. Okay, so that's what we mean when we say vertically opposite. Okay, so they are directly in front of each other. So right here, that's vertically opposite angle D and angle B. And right here, they're vertically opposite angle A and angle C. Alright, now vertically opposite angles are equal. So that's very important. That vertically opposite angles are equal. And so when we go to our diagram, we have the following. We have that angle B is equal to, so angle B equals 64 degrees. And the reason is because vertically opposite angles.
That's what we have to do this.
Pardon? You mean state the reason?
We just do some of them today. We just have to find the missing angle. We just doing interior angles today though. The interior.
Okay.
We have to say the reason why.
Alright, that's excellent, right? So you should be a mastermind at this.
But But I really gotta say the reason.
Yes. I mean, in the exam, you don't have to state the reason. All right. But for our purposes in class, we have this. For our purposes in class, we have to state the reason. All right. Okay. So let's consider question B. I mean, let's consider B. Wait, give me 2 seconds. All right, my apologies with that. So let's look at angle C. Any ideas with angle C?
I think you're supposed to add 64 twice and subtract it from 180.
Add 64 twice. It's about 180. No. Any other ideas from anyone? We know that B is 64. That's what we know. B is equal to 64 degrees. But what is C?
So you wouldn't subtract from 180.
You would subtract from 180, but you wouldn't add 64 twice though. You understand that?
So you just subtract?
You just subtract. So notice that we have B and C, right? The idea is that they are co-interior angles. So angle B and angle C, let me make a note of that. Look at this. Angle B and angle C are what we call co-interior angles. And co-interior angles add up to what?
180.
180 degrees. Okay? So that's the idea right there. So let me show you what I mean so it can be very clear to you. Co-interior angles. So we have these are what we call co-interior angles. Co-interior angles are stuff like this, right? Once one is here and the other one is there, that's co-interior angles. Similarly, if we have it for this one, these are co-interior angles. This one is too small for you to see. Let me zoom it in. So angle G and angle H are co-interior angles, okay? And co-interior angles are definitely equal to each other, okay? The trick or the way that you know about co-interior angles is that they form a C shape. Okay, they form a C shape. So co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees and they form a C shape. Okay, so that's the idea with this one. These are co-interior angles. Slideshow. Let's go here. So again, they form a C shape. Okay, so you can clearly see the C shape right there. So H and G are co-interior angles, and also I and J. So it could be on either side. So there's a backward C though. Okay, a backward C. All right. So I and J would be considered to be co-interior angles, and H and G would be considered to be co-interior angles. Are we clear on that?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yes.
If the red was on the other side, would it still be that co-interior angles?
No.
Okay.
That's a good question. They have to be on the same side. Okay. So similarly, for this one, can we trace out the yellow? I mean it's the C shape. Can you see it? This is goes down
Yes, sir.
and it goes down. All right, so that's the C shape that is there. I don't know. Y'all sound very quiet today. Are y'all good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Keisha.
Yes, sir.
You sure? Are the others
Yes,
here?
sir.
Yes, sir.
You're really quiet today. I don't know what's
Yes,
happening.
sir.
We only in week 7, Don't give up now. Don't give up now. We just getting started. All right. We in February, right? February 20 something. Then it will be March. Then April. Then May your exam. So hold fast. Only but 2 more months left. All right. So let's continue. So that means that angle C and angle B must add up to 180. So C and B must add up to 180. So that means that in order for us to figure what angle C is, we have to say that C is equal to angles. I can use small c because it's not a capital C that they give us. Angle C, oh, they still giving me up. Angle C is going to be equal to 180 degrees minus 64, which is equals to what? What is 180 minus 64?
16.
Someone said 16. Is that correct? 180 minus 64. 16.
I
Okay.
get 116.
Yeah, 116.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. 116. Okay. So 180 minus 64 is equal to 116.
So, Mr. Petit, if you find in co-interior angles, or if they look like this, like when the co-interior angles, you would just like subtract it from the 180 thingy?
Yes, you definitely would.
Okay.
So C equals 180. C equals 180 minus 64, which is 116 degrees. Can I move?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Please send the notes on this one as well. Oh, we didn't write the reason. So the reason is co-interior angles.
Mr. Petit,
Yes. Add up to 180 degrees. All right, that's the reason. Co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. All right, I want to see the notes for this. Please send in the notes, please, especially those who are not speaking. If you know you're not speaking, please send in your notes so that I can know that you're here. Otherwise, I am left to think that you are logged in but doing your own thing, and I don't want to think that. So please send in the notes so that I know that you are here and active. All right. Please do not let me have to call you out. Please send in the notes.
Mr. Petit,
Yes, ma'am.
I actually thought it was 180 because like them angles on a straight line, but I guess.
No, now when it comes to angles on a straight line, they have to be on a straight line. Like so.
So like how I'm here.
Like they're not on the same straight line. This is one straight line. This is another, and this is another. So they're not on the same, and they're not at a common point. Remember, there have to be angles on the straight line at a common point.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So better than mine as well.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Could you put it back on the diagram, please? That's the opposite angles.
Vertically opposite.
The opposite. Yes, one second.
This one or. Thank you those who are sending in their work. Natalia, Miss Cooper, Monique, who are sending in your work. Who did I miss out now? One. Oh, not one.
Thanks, I'm done with that.
Averonique, Conrad. Thank you, Conrad. Thank you, Mikkel. Sending in your notes. Thank you, Ariana. Thank you. Now, Who are the delinquent ones who are not sending in their stuff? Chia, Miss Neely, I'm not seeing anything from you. Sean, Sean Collins, I'm not seeing anything from you. Deshaun Adderley, please send in your notes. Denari Rule, Eloise Riley, please send in your notes. Elvano Johnson, send in your notes, please. Floyd Bethel, Haley Williams, Hessany Adderley, Jerry, Julia Raming. Kennedy, I got something from you already. Lionel, Lakeisha, Marcio Dean, please send in your notes, please. Tyrese McDonald, please send in your notes. Treasure Hairburn, Chantel Saunders, please send in your notes. That's majority of the class. Send in those notes, please. I need to know that you're following along. All right. Okay. So that was the familiar one. Now we're gonna go to a more probably a one that is probably unfamiliar. We had to do this though. We had to do. We did A. I mean we did C though. Didn't we?
Oh yes, so we did see.
We did see. That's a function within a function, eh? And we saw it.
No, Miss Booty.
Yes, I have it right here.
Oh yes, we do.
Yes,
We did. Yeah.
of course we did. So that's what I was telling you that. What I was telling you is that this is a when they have it like this KTH. Okay, so what I was saying is that for this question we are asked to find an expression for a composite function. A composite function is basically one function within what? Another
function.
Now, KHT is read K of H of T. You see what I'm saying? Or we say K compose of H. Sorry, we say K compose H of T. So, K of H of T. Okay, so the function K, which is one denoted in red, has this H of T inside of it. Right, so that's a very important notion to remember. The function K has H of T inside of it. And so what we do, we take our function K of T and we have H of T right here. That's the function H of T. And what we do is we basically, take H of T and put it inside our function. Okay, we put it inside we put inside K, the function K. So we basically replace this T, right? Wherever we see the T, we put H of T, all right? And we know that H of T is simply 7 minus 5T. Now we add the 7 and the 4 to get 11, and it's going to still be minus 5T over 3. That's how we did this one. All right. Yes, ma'am.
You could go back to that slide. How K H T is red because I only need to write one of the ways.
Okay.
I got it.
All right. Thank you so much.
I think it's the last one we didn't do.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so, but we didn't do the inverse, okay? So we say K inverse. So this is K inverse. So you have to figure out what is K inverse of T. All right, so that's the idea here. K inverse of T. So let's return back to our function. Our function is, again, okay, so let me erase some of these things that's already here so that we could maneuver properly. So here we have the function K of T, All right, and they want us to find the inverse, and the inverse of this thing is we denote it as, or we represent it as, K inverse of T. So this is going to be K, this is the inverse now, K inverse of T. All right, so the question is, how do we, that's the question that they're asking us, how do we figure out what is K inverse of T? Okay, so that's the basic idea. Okay, so what we could do is that we can say we can, because this is K of T right there, right? This is K of T. In order to do this, right, what we have to do is we have to switch. Let me write that down so you can see clearly. So insert. This is going to be so the first step is that you switch K of T with T, right? And then once you switch it, switch K of T with T, then you solve for K of T. And then that will be, yeah, and then that's what that. Then our new function is the inverse. So the first thing we do is we switch K of T with T, the first step. Then we solve for K of T, and then our new function is the inverse. Okay, so
Yes.
that's how you do it. But then I'm gonna show you. So first take down that notes first, and then we're gonna do it together. Okay, so let's do this. So it's gonna be. So remember what we said was our first step. Our first step was to what? Switch what?
Switch K of T with T.
T. Good. So here we have K of T, right? But we said we're gonna switch it with T, right? So instead of writing K of T, we're gonna write what?
T.
T. Very good. And notice that here we have T. So instead of writing T, we're gonna write what?
K of T.
K of T. Alright, so that's the first thing that we have to do. Switch K of T with T. Okay, that's the first thing. That's the first step. Then after we have already switched K of T with T, then we solve for K of T. That means that we solve the equation to make K of T the subject of the equation. Alright? We want to make K of T by itself and everything else on the other side. So now our new equation is going to be t on one side is equal to 4
4
plus what?
K of T
K of t. Very
over
good.
3.
K of t over 3. All right, at this point, what could we do?
Solve
Yeah,
for
we have to solve
K of
K of t, yeah. But we could cross multiply, right? Can we? We could cross multiply. Yes or no?
yes.
Yeah. So we put in the t over 1. And then we're going to cross multiply. So 1 times 4 plus k of t and 3 times t. Now this is a question. What is 3 times t?
3T.
3T. 3T.
T. Now what is a 1 times 4 plus k of t?
4 plus K.
Very good. 4 plus k of t.
Okay.
Why?
Because it's just do 1, so it's like
Yeah, because it's itself. Because 1 times anything is itself
it's
again.
0.
Because 1 times 3 is still 3. 1 times 4 is still 4. 1 times 5 is still 5. So 1 times 4 plus k of t is 4 plus k of t. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do what? We're going to send the what? The 4 over.
Whoa.
So it's going to be 3t, right? Minus 4 equals to k of t. And so we say thus the inverse of k of t.
So that's the inverse.
Yeah, that's the inverse, yeah. That's the inverse. So k of t is going to be equal to what? Hello? Hello?
3T minus 4.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay.
Repeat me here.
Alright. Okay, so this is going to be...
3T.
Sorry, I was answering the phone. I'm sorry. I was answering the phone. That someone just called me urgently, so I come in. I told them I'm coming. So k of t equals to 3t minus 4. Alright, so that is the correct working for this. Okay. So please take this down and make sure send me the notes. Alright. Now, I'm gonna leave this for you to do. I'll be back in 5 minutes because, like I told you, I just received a call, but I want you to figure out if I say k of t is equal to, say, 4. No, you can't use 4. That'll be too easy. Let's say we have, say, say 22 minus t over 5. I want you to find the inverse. So find k inverse of t. So if I get this is k inverse. It's supposed to be a 1. K inverse of t. So find that, and if I'm going to give you another one, so if I say k of t is, let's say we have k of t is equal to 359 plus, let's not say k of t. Let's change the variable. Let's say it was k of s. Let's say that this is s. Let's say that this is 1,000. So find k inverse. Right? Find k inverse of s. Okay. So I'll be back. I'll be back for 5 minutes. Please quickly do that, and hopefully I'll be back in that time. One moment, please.
I have the first answer.
All right. So hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
So what did we get for? What did we get for the first one?
5t minus 22.
5t
5.
minus 22.
So
You sure? Okay. Let's see. So we have.
27.
Okay. So we have 22 minus t. So k of t equals 22 minus what? T all over what? All over 5. Another way that people are taught to do this, they are taught to say call k of t y. All right, that's one. That's sometimes what people do. They'd say call k of t y, and then swap the y and the t to make it easier. So it's going to be t equals to 22 minus y all over 5. And so then they'd say solve for y. Okay. So it's the same thing. It's just that instead of writing k of t 100 times, we just switch it to y instead of writing all that k of t. You understand what I'm saying?
So I can do that next one.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. You could do that. So, all right. So the next thing that we do is we what? We cross multiply. So we cross multiply. So what is 5 times t?
5t.
5t equals to 22 minus what?
Y.
Minus y. All right. Now we're gonna send the 22 on the next side, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
So we left with 5t minus 22 is equal to negative y. Now, are we done though? Are we done?
Yeah.
No, remember we have this negative sign up front, so we have to divide both sides by negative 1. So that's the difference with this question, okay? So we have to divide both sides by negative 1. So what is 5t divided by negative 1? Negative 5t.
Negative 5t.
Yeah, and what is negative and a negative? That gives you what?
Positive.
Yeah. So a negative divided by a negative is a positive.
Yes, sir.
So, and what is negative y divided by 1?
Y.
Yeah, they cancel out.
Y.
Yeah, it's going to be y. So thus the inverse, k inverse of t equals what? Negative 5t plus 22.
Excuse me, Mr. PT.
Yes, sir.
Is this really necessary? Like when they send you assignments for this,
Say it again.
is thus really necessary? Like when you get the answer?
Okay, for this one, yes, because you want to state, because the question asks what is k inverse of t, but our answer is in y. So we have to say that what we mean by y is k inverse of t. So that's what we have to do. So we have to say that for this one. Not every time you have to do it, but for this one for sure. Okay. Okay, someone is trying. Did anyone get that correct before I did it?
No, I have 5t minus 22.
Oh, okay. Okay. So please take that down for me, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kennedy, you got it right?
Yes, sir.
I know, true.
I don't believe that.
That's she's I think she's telling the truth.
Yes, sir. With pride. Yes.
Okay, goodbye. All right. All right. Are we finished with this one? Hello?
Yes, sir.
With the second one, yes.
Okay, so now let's do the second one. So this one is k of s. Okay, so we have here we have a k of s. It's going to be equal to, what did we say it's equal to? 359, right? 359 what? Plus s all over 1,000. What we could do is we could change this into y, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be 359 plus s divided by 1,000. And then we switch the y and the s, right? So we switch them. So it's going to be s, and it's going to be 359 plus y, because what we did, we switched the s and the y, we swapped them. Okay, all over 1,000.
Well, I'm assuming that you could repeat what you just do.
Oh, I swapped the y and the s. So remember, here was y and here was s. I switched them. Okay.
I thought that was a 5.
This is s. Remember, this is k of s equals 359 plus s.
I thought that was 5 in my book. I trying to figure where the S come from.
Yeah, that's s.
I thought that was 5 too.
Whoa, this is
It
great.
looks like
I in my book saying where the S come from. I'm like, what?
It's a big s. You can't. Wow, this is s. All right. Okay, so s. So here we switch. So s equals to 359 plus y. Then we divide both sides by 1,000. I mean, we cross multiply. Sorry. So once we cross multiply, we get 1,000 times s, which is going to be 1,000 s, equals to, what is 1 times 359 plus y?
The same. So
359 plus y. And so what we do here, we are going to send the 359 over.
yes.
Yes, so let me come to
So it's going to be 1,000 s minus 359. Oh, I feel like we're doing something wrong. Oh yeah, we doing it right. Okay, good. It just look weird. Okay, so it's still s. Okay, equals to y. And so then we say thus what? Thus what? K inverse of what?
Yes.
Of s
yes.
equals what? 1,000 s?
S
Yeah,
minus 359.
1,000 s minus 359.
I have to write all this over because I had 5.
Oh, you had 5. Okay, so please send in the notes. Please send in the notes.
Yes, okay, you want a picture of this one?
Yes, I want also that. Thank you, Lakeisha. Thank you, Natalia, Dylan, and the rest.
Mr.
Okay.
Vicky,
Yes, sir.
is it okay if I send you it at 8 o'clock or send you it right now?
Send to me right now, please.
Okay.
It's 7 o'clock already.
Yeah, it's 7 already. Yeah. All right. So, um, so this is a bar graph, and it says here, favorite sport of grade 9 students. And so for basketball, how much students like basketball? Oh, let's read the above. That's important. So the graph below shows the results of the favorite sport of a group of grade 9 students, right? Someone's asking to join. Okay. The results below show the results of the favorite sport of a group of grade 9 students. So how much grade 9 students like basketball?
50.
50. Very good. Do we all see that? See how we got 50?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, sir. Next.
How much like soccer?
30.
30. Very good. How much like baseball?
40.
Good. How much like football?
25.
25, because it's in the
Middle
middle.
of 20 and 30.
Yes, good. All right, so it says, which sport? So let's do this one. So let's do this. So the first question asks, so let's see if we can have it one on one. So there's only 3 questions on this one. So let's put this on this side. So please write down the questions for me as well. Okay. So it says here, which sport is the second most popular? Which sport is the second most popular? What would
Baseball.
it would be what?
Baseball.
Baseball, because it has 40. The first most popular would be
Basketball.
50. So there's gonna be baseball. How many students were surveyed altogether? So we have to add them, right? So the answer is gonna be what? 50. Sorry, well, for basketball we know it was for basketball you know what, I ain't gonna do all that. We can do it quickly. For basketball we know that it was 50, so let's put 50. For soccer we know it was, no, sorry, for baseball we know it was 40. For soccer we know it was 30, and for football we know it was 25. Are we good? Are we
Yes,
good?
sir.
So when we add them all up,
145.
what do we get?
145.
145.
145. Okay, so it's gonna be
Yes, sir.
50 plus 40 plus 30 plus 25 is 145. 145 students were surveyed altogether. Now, what is the difference between the number of students who like football? Sorry, what is the difference between the number of students who like basketball and football? What's the difference?
25 people difference.
Yeah, because it's gonna be 50 for the basketball minus what?
25.
Yeah, minus 25 for the football.
Well,
So minus 25. So 50 minus 25 is what? 50 minus 25 is what? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
25.
25. Good. So the difference between the number of students who like basketball and baseball, and football, sorry, is 25. So are we clear on that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please don't skip it right now because I gotta write down the questions. I just
Yeah.
wrote down the bar.
Yeah, so write down the questions and the answers for me, and then send it to me via WhatsApp.
You have to draw the thing on the box.
Yes, sir.
Are these the only questions for this thing?
Yeah, that's on. It's on only A, B, and C.
They call this a bar diagram.
Bar graph. So we call it.
This will be a good sets question.
The only thing is that it's multiple groupings. So sets is good for when you have two main groups. See what I'm saying? But if you have multiple groups, like here we dealing with baseball, soccer, football, and baseball. So we have multiple categories. We don't want to be dealing with 4 sets. So
We could do something like never mind.
So bar graph is good for stuff like these. Pie graphs are good for stuff like these. What other type of graphs that we have? Bar graphs, pie graphs would be good. That's the only 2 things that comes to mind readily for these stuff like this. Okay, can I move from this?
No, sir.
Say no, sir. Take a picture of it, Lionel, and then because this is our last math question because we have to go to English now. Like I said, we are outing early for tonight. For tonight, this is the only break.
Time you
7:30. I think 7:30. And I know you're ready to cry.
Okay, you just skipped it.
I know it's a sad thing. I can make it up to y'all. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I know coming out early is a really sad occasion. So
It really is.
yeah, that's. I could sense the sadness in your voice. But yeah, I really have something urgent to do right after. So that is the reason. Okay, so let's do this reading. Oh, okay, we already have it up. Okay, so my screen is not sharing, right?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, is it sharing now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is just a reading test that we did. We covered a lot, honestly. I ain't gonna lie. A whole lot with these passages. These are some good passages, I ain't gonna lie. I have really enjoyed them. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
8,
Yeah.
10.
They were?
Too intense.
10.
They say
I
intense.
like the West one.
You like the West one? The transforming to the American West. Very good passages.
I like the one with the apple.
Oh, the one with the apple with the methyl. What was methyl?
MP1, something like that. Okay.
Yeah, 1 MC.
How do you like those apples?
How do you like those apples?
Yeah.
Wow, your memory
How
is
do you,
good.
That's the only part you remember.
how do you like them apples?
Yeah, exactly, right? Okay, so, all right. So now we are going to be doing, okay, it's interesting. Okay, interesting. More than one way to dress a cat. What?
Skin it.
I know.
Oh boy.
I know there's more than one way to skin a cat.
I have but the skin. I know but the dress.
Wow. Someone definitely just got knocked down in front of me.
But you believe in 8:30, right?
7:30.
Oh,
So basically you said somebody get knocked down in front of you.
I promise you, yeah, just now. Literally.
what?
Yeah, someone just got knocked down in front of me.
Wow.
In the car?
No, he was driving. He was on a scooter, and the guy was
Oi.
in a Honda. But he's okay though. He's okay. But I literally saw him jump in the air.
Gee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's besides the point. More than one way. Let's hope and pray that he's okay. He looks okay. Looks okay. All right. More than one way to dress a cat. All right. So, readers, anyone? Any readers tonight?
I would like to read.
Right.
Just one long story.
This one is a story, boy. Okay. So Estony volunteered. She's gonna read the 40 from 43 to 44. Thank you, Estony.
You're
All right.
welcome.
So that's this because all you realize that all the ones that we have been, most of the ones that we've been reading have been non-fiction. You know that, right? You know what I mean by non-fiction?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes. Sir.
What
Not me.
non-fiction means
It's real.
it's real, it's true, it's about facts. Like
Not so.
the thing of like stuff, actual stuff that happened. Like for example, the thing about the apples that actually happens. They actually do put that chemical inside the apples in real life. So that actually something that happened in real life. When we read about the American Midwest, that's something that actually happened. The Harvey girls, those things actually happen. So it's non-fiction. And then when we look at even when it came to the discussion between who should be in parliament, should it be the men or should it be the women? That's something that actually happened, right? So we've been reading a lot of non-fiction stuff, except for the first reading about Lady Caroletta or something like that. Anyone can remember the very first one? Yeah.
Oh, that's when the
Yes.
woman who
Stubborn.
Yeah, the one who was pretending to be someone she was not, right? So
Yeah. Yes, sir.
that was the only one I could remember that was fiction. Like I don't think that actually happened before. But this one might be fiction, so we'll see. How many persons like fiction?
Well, it's more exciting to me.
You like fiction?
It's more exciting.
It's more exciting.
Yeah, more exciting.
Wow.
I mean, it's unreal, but like
It's unreal.
Yeah, I like fiction.
You like fiction? Okay, all right. Well, I'm a bigger fan of non-fiction because it's actually teaching you something. All right. So, from Michelangelo's David to Vincent van Gogh's series of portraits to Grant Wood's iconic image of a farming couple in American Gothic. These works by human artists have favored representations of members of their own species to those of other species. Indeed, when we think about animals depicted in well-known works of art, the image of dogs playing poker popularized a series of paintings by American artist C.M. Coleridge, maybe the first and only one that comes to mind. Yet some of the earliest known works of art, including paintings and drawings, tens of thousands of years old, found on cave walls in Spain, France, portrays animals. Nor has artistic homage to our fellow creatures entirely died out in the millennia since. despite the many years that have passed between then and now. The State Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg, one of Russia's greatest art museums, has long had a productive partnership with a much-loved animal, the cat. For centuries, cats have guarded this famous museum, ridding it out of mice, rats, and other rodents that could damage the art. Not to mention, scared off visitors. Peter the Great introduced the first cat to the Hermitage in the early 18th century. Later, Catherine the Great declared the cats to be the official guardians of the galleries. Continuing the tradition, Peter's daughter Elizaveta introduced the best and strongest cats in Russia to the Hermitage. Today, the museum holds a yearly festival honoring these faithful workers. These cats, so cherished by the museum that these cats are so cherished by the museum that officials recently decreed original paintings to be made of 6 of them. In each, a cat is depicted upright, in a human pose, and clothed in imperial era Russian attire. The person chosen for this task, digital artist Eldor Zakiro, painted the cats in the style traditionally used by portrait artists. In doing so, presenting the cats as noble individuals worthy of respect. One portrait, the Hermitage Court Chamber Herald Cat, includes an aristocrat tilt of felon airs, as well as a stately sweep of tail emerging from the stiff scarlet gold of royal court dress. The wise, thoughtful green eyes of the subject of the Hermitage Court outer runner cat mimic those of the trusted royal advisor. Now, Estanique.
Mastering the art of
Some may find.
oh sorry, I forget that. Some many find
Some may
it
find
some may find it peculiar
peculiar.
Peculiar.
peculiar to observe cats portrayed in formal court poses, but these felines, by mastering the art of killing mice and rats, are benefactors of the museum as important as any human.
All right. I honestly thought that. Go ahead, yes, Mom.
You make sure that's the end of the story, right?
Oh yeah, that's Jack, right? Yeah, it's the end. All right. So first of all, that was a kind of surprise to me. I thought this was going to be non-fiction. I mean fiction. Um, but this is actually non-fiction. It's screened more than one way to dress a cat. So I want to hear from you. What is the summary? Give me a summary. Can someone give me a summary of what this thing is all about? First of all, do you like it? Do you like the story?
No, what cats can do to me? Meow at me?
Wow.
Do you like anyone else? Do you like the story?
Nope.
No, why?
Not really.
It didn't make.
It didn't make no sense.
I never said it made no sense.
Why they put it as the watchdogs?
Yeah.
I mean, like watch animals for the painting. It can meow at me and bulletproof. I can still take the painting.
Well, remember what they said though. They said it's not really it's not really for humans. What they say? They said it in the very last line.
Oh yeah, the rodents.
For the rodents, yeah. So mastering the art of killing mice and rats. Okay. So then for you, I mean, unless you are gonna be eating, some of the wood, but it's not for you. It's for the mice and the rats, and so they use these cats to help with that. Okay. Anyone else? Do you like it, the story, or do you dislike it, and why? Anyone else? No one? Come on. Don't be shy.
No.
No,
You're lazy.
Not really.
not really.
I
Why?
like it.
Why you don't like it?
They don't like it because they don't like it.
Exactly.
How come they couldn't use dogs?
Oh,
Oh, they couldn't use dogs? I mean, they didn't want to use dogs. They used cats. All right.
I prefer dogs.
So, okay, well, okay, now, can someone give me a summary of the story then? Even though you don't like it, give me a summary of it. What is the basic synopsis? Or you could tell me something you learned from it. Either a summary or something you learned. Go ahead.
Like cats used to watch all the paintings to prevent the rodents from eating the wood from the paintings. That's what I learned.
Okay. Anyone else?
I don't know.
Go ahead, Miss Cooper. I heard you start to speak.
I don't really understand this.
You don't really understand. So you felt that it was hard. It's a hard read.
It ain't hard. It's just that I don't.
Yeah. Anyone else? Anyone else? Don't leave me in the dark. I really want to hear from you all. And they are quiet. All right, let me ask specific questions then. Where are the cats? What are they guarding? Specific
The
places.
paintings.
They guard what?
The paintings.
Where are the paintings?
On the wall.
And there's a gallery.
What's the name of the place? Not a gallery.
Museum.
Museum. So the cats are in the museum. This is very. I like it. You know, it's interesting. I really like the story. I really do. But it just was strangely. I wasn't expecting it to be so. It was really formal. Like, it was really formal. You know what I mean when I say formal?
Yeah. So
Yeah, it was really formal and almost hard to read. It was they was very it really had a formal tone to it, a very teaching tone. They started off by telling us about how, paintings have been used in works of art. And I mean, comes to think about it, that's true. Like, paintings have been used in works of art. And they start off by talking about how dogs, right? So talk animals depicted in well-known works of art. Then they start talking about how dogs are portrayed as, playing poker and, for what all that work, for all that's worth. And then, but they said, I love this. What they said. It says, nor has artistic homage to our fellow creatures entirely died out in the millennia since. I like that. Despite the many years that have passed between then and now. So I like what this author did. What they did was they started broadly. They started talking like, hey, persons like to have animals in paintings and depict them. And they say that people and they started off with some history. Say, okay, they did it back in the day, Michelangelo, and they mention other works that that humans have done to depict you know animals. And they said, okay, well, that happened in the past, but I like what the sentence does. The sentence says, hey, nor has artistic homage to our fellow creatures entirely died out. So they're saying that, hey, yes, it has been done in the past, but guess what? Even into this present day, it is still being done. And so that leads you to wonder, like, okay, like, who still does that? Who still depicts animals in works of art? And so they can go on to tell us. And they said, then they go on to tell us where. They said the State Hermitage Museum. So this is where we are, the State Hermitage Museum. Where is the State Hermitage Museum?
In St. Petersburg.
It's in Russia. Right? Anyone ever been to Russia?
No, so.
No.
Heard it cold there.
Heard it cool? Okay. Yeah, I heard it cool too. When I say cool, I mean like people are cold.
I like the accent when they speak English. It sounds so
I
good
like their culture.
because I have some Russian
really?
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Russian vibe really to me is I don't know. It's maybe because of what the media is portrayed, but to me Russia just seems kind of cold and weird and
Yeah.
non-friendly. Especially with Putin and all those things. But I'm sure you have some Russians who are very, very kind and stuff. At any rate, they just usually is be on the negative side of the news, you know, as a general rule. Um, anyway, at any rate, the media could portray anything, but anyway,
I think you gotta visit for yourself because the
yeah, you have
media,
to.
like,
The media could,
really,
could say anything, right? Also, I think because I don't believe that their governance is like us. I think they are more a dictatorship, but I could be wrong. But that's just the vibe that Russia gives me. Anyway, so this is one of the greatest museums, right? And they feature cats, right? And they talk about the history about how, you know, different persons who was running the museum, had the cats featured and stuff like that, and then they talked about how even today this you know the cats are still featured and placed on a preeminence. You know what I mean? So that's the idea. And then they talk about how how they are so cherished that they basically put paintings of the cats, and the paintings of the cats are almost majestic, like you know like they robed with kingly and queenly vestures, you know what I mean, and attire and stuff like that. And so that's why I said it sounds really formal. It sounds like a really formal thing because um it sounds almost royal, you know. But that's how highly they esteem their cats. I think it's overkill though. I don't think it's necessary to you know you know elevate cats to that level of you know, magnitude. What do you say? Or you think, they should just do what they need to do?
let them be.
You say let them be. All right. Yeah. So I don't think we have time to go to the questions because our time basically up. What I would say for homework, I'm going to underline some vocabulary words and I want you all to provide the definition of them by the time we come for next class. So tell me what we mean by iconic. What's iconic? That's a good definite. I want to know what you mean by iconic. That's a good one. Popularized. I like that one. Popularized and depicted. So iconic, depicted, popularized. Um, Homage. I like this one. Homage. What do we mean when we say homage? All right. Millennia. Also important. Millennia. So search these definitions of these things and then send them to me on or before Wednesday's class. Greatest museum, productive partnership, not to mention scared off, continuing the tradition, honoring these faithful workers, galleries, nothing too much. Decreed, human like imperial era. What do you mean by attire? What is attire? I like that. Individual. What do you mean by noble? Traditionally, okay. Upright, very important. Okay, and then what do we mean by stately? Stately, emerging. Um, Mimic, okay. Formal, what do we mean by that? Felines, what do we mean by that? Okay, and benefactors, okay. So search up the definitions of these. Benefactors, felines, formal, mimic, emerging, stately, noble, traditionally, upright.
I get the last word to the bottom.
Last word at the bottom was noble. No, not noble. Benefactors. Benefactors. What else we have? Noble, traditionally, attire, upright. Millennia, homage, popularized, depicted, and iconic. So search up those definitions for me and send it to me on or before Wednesday's class. All right. So we're gonna end early, like I said. Tomorrow we begin at the same time, 6 p.m. and we'll have our full class on tomorrow. God spare life. So have a wonderful night. Yes, Kennedy, that's 15 words.
But yeah, first 2 years, go back on the PowerPoint, please.
All right, have a wonderful night.
You later, Mr. Pete.
Take care. Would you say?
Uh,
We say Destiny?
I actually go back on the thing so I can see the other words, please.
Or the other words? Okay, where are we? The other words, the other words, the other words. Which ones you missed?
I'll go down. It's not this one. I have this one. It's the last one.
The last one? Oh, the last one you say. Yeah,
Okay, I get it.
you get it?
Yes,
Okay.
I mean, yes,
All right.
Thank
care.
you.
No problem. Take care, Destiny.